Hypnosis is guided meditation. There are a lot of different definitions I've seen during my career,
Yeah.
but I like the one best that I learned from my late mentor, Charles Tebbetts, who was a legend in hypnotherapy in the 20th century. And back in 1983, when I first studied under him, he said hypnosis is really guided meditation or guided self-hypnosis. And he also mentioned that imagination is a language of the subconscious. So we need to be careful how we say what we say. For example, if I said to someone, you don't like cigarettes,
Yeah.
the imagination would imagine a cigarette. So if I say, don't think of a dog, do you imagine seeing a dog or hearing a dog bark or petting a dog? So I focus on having the client imagine the desired outcome rather than avoidance of the problem.
Okay.
And by
Yeah.
realizing that hypnosis is a really guided meditation, I can say the right words, but it's up to the client to imagine what I ask him or her to imagine. So it's an art, but you have to be careful to say the words that are solution oriented rather than problem oriented. Regression is in a meditative state, imagining or revivifying in your imagination a past event. In other words, you're not just analytically remembering it, you are reimagining it in your imagination while in a state of hypnosis. And that helps a person get in touch with his or her emotional feelings. So the primary purpose of emotion is to go back to the event that originally created the emotions surrounding the client's presenting problem, and then also going after the event that turned the problem on. The former is called the initial sensitizing event, or we call it ISE, which stands for initial sensitizing event, and the activating event, which some professionals call the SPE for symptom producing event. I prefer the activating event, but it's synonymous with SPE. The activating event can be one and the same as the initial sensitizing event, or the activating event can be days, weeks, months, or years, or on rare occasions, decades after the ISE. And the first phase is the preparation, client preparation.
Yeah.
And that includes a pre-talk, because in the 80s and 90s, regression got a bad rap because there were people who did not understand the risk of false memories. So the very important first step of the preparation phase is to give a pre-talk. So if regression is indicated, because I would say probably only about 40% of the clients I've seen throughout my career have had to experience regression in my office. I use it when it's indicated. If someone uses the same technique for all the people all the time, there's no technique that is so good that it will work with all the people all the time. So I fit the technique to the client instead of trying to fit the client to my technique. But getting back to the question, when regression is indicated, I'll say in a few minutes in hypnosis, I'm going to guide you back in time to discover the core cause of your problem, whatever the problem, presenting problem is. And I'll say, we don't always remember things accurately, especially when emotions are involved. For example, two children can witness a fight in a schoolyard and give a teacher different versions just minutes later. Or any parent of two or more siblings knows that children can witness something and both give different versions, but each one believes he or she is telling the truth. But they can't both be telling the truth. And that's because our perceptions can be altered by emotions. So when I guide you back in time to what you at a subconscious level believe or remember as the core cause of the problem, what you experienced might be different than what you remember, but you are responding to your subconscious perceptions. So it's not my job to sort out the fact from the fantasy, because it might be fact, it might be fantasy. As often as not, it's a combination of both.
Wasn't that absolutely fantastic? I'm sure that you found a lot of information in this very short video you just saw, maybe like 4 or 5, 6 minutes, however long it was. But that is not all. You can have access to the entire presentation of this amazing speaker, plus 40 more other presentations and speakers, and you can have access for life. You can have access to the video recording, to the audio recording, to the swipe files, to the transcripts, to all of the bonuses and the special gifts that all of the speakers and presenters and also the organizers are offering in the Premium Pass package. So if you like this, if you want more, make sure to sign up below for the Premium Pass and have lifetime access to everything. I'm sure it'll be one of the best investments you've ever made in your life, in yourself, in your practice, in your health, and also with working with clients. So go ahead, click on the button below, sign up for the Premium Pass, and we'll see you on the other side.